What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Saturday night, I almost said Friday Night Live. Saturday Night Live, but not the TV show. Um, K-Rino show. We hearing this thing, man. Glad to be with y'all on this Saturday night. I will wait till we get some participants in the building before I start saying what I'm gonna say. Um, yeah, we'll definitely do another open topic tonight as y'all slowly start to trickle in, and we'll go into a few other things, maybe a couple of things for the housekeeping that I covered last night, but definitely want to get it in with y'all tonight. Like I said, there would be a chance that I would. As you may know, because you may live in there. If you live in America, you know that it's a major winter storm basically sweeping pretty much the whole nation. So we're involved in, I would say, probably the beginning part of it right now. So you know, I ain't saying the city is shut down. I haven't been out, but maybe people are out and about. But I'm in, you know, staying in, plan to be in. And like I told y'all last night, I would come back on again possibly and holler at y'all. So here we are. Um, Open topic again, which means y'all feel free to ask me any questions y'all want to ask. If I know the answer, I answer. If I don't, I'll just simply say I don't know. The only rules are respect and maturity. Respect even when we disagree is mandatory because all of us are grown, I would assume. So if grown people shouldn't be acting other than that when we have debates, dialogues, and conversations, we shouldn't be acting silly when somebody doesn't agree with what we say. And trolls would not, trolling is not tolerated. Trolling is not an option here because again, we're supposed to be grown. So click the like button as you come in. Um, Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and make sure that even if you got your notifications on and you don't receive a notification from me on a daily, um, check the channel just to see what I've posted because a lot of people kind of depend on the notifications. And I know the notifications can get, what's the word? Annoying sometimes. I had to think about that myself. I was getting all these different notifications from channels that I'm subscribed to, and sometimes you're like, God, man, all these notifications coming. So I understand, I get it, but so even if you don't have your notifications on all the time, make sure that you check the channel every day because I always post something every day, every other day for the most part. And it's usually some good life game. And we need a lot of that in these times we living in right now. These are serious, critical times we living in right now. It's a time like it's never been a time, and it's only the beginning. So we got to be tuned in to knowledge, wisdom, understanding as much as possible. And you're gonna have your fun. You're gonna do what you do, but don't let your ratio get out of balance. Don't let your ratio get to where you around here just still thinking it's 1992. You know, um, Conditions in America are getting worse and worse. Conditions around the world are getting worse and worse and worse. And it's only the beginning. I can't emphasize that enough. So we got to have our antennas up and be more in tune with what's going on in the world and how we need to move and navigate as we progress through this. So we'll do an open topic tonight. Again, I've been doing a lot of open topics because sometimes, if I don't have just a specific topic to talk about, I'm not going to force it. And also, sometimes open topics allow us to cover more ground, to get more things talked about, to get more things out, multiple things out. So, a lot of times it's just an open topic. But we'll get it going, man. We'll get it going. I'll try not to fall too far behind. I see my homie Wrecker is in the building. Uh, and see a few of the other OGs, see a few new names. Any of the new people, man. I'm gonna say this what I say to all the new people, y'all. Welcome, and don't be a stranger. Don't just pop in one time. Become a regular. I don't want you to be new no more. I want you to be a regular. I want you to be a name a name on the screen that I recognize and I'm familiar with, like a lot of other people that I'm looking at right now. I see people like Matt Greer and Jason Brody and Lester Smith, and people that have been around, for a minute now. Vincent and the world famous Jordan King. People like that, man. So it is what it is. But yeah, let's get it on, man. Myra, is that? Oh no, that's not Myra. That says My Art Mixing Pot. It says, have you ever linked up with Killer Priest? No, I've never linked up with Killer Priest, but shout out to Killer Priest because I did see a few years back where he shouted me out on his podcast, man. And, that was big for me because I got number love and respect for that brother as being one of the greatest lyricists ever. So, yeah, although we've never worked together, we've been on songs. I think we've been on a couple of songs together that other people have put us together. A lot of times, y'all will see songs that come out and it'll say whoever the artist is, and then it'll say featuring this artist, that artist, that artist. That doesn't always necessarily mean that we just all got together and made a song together. Sometimes that middle person whose song it is may be a fan, maybe a fan of Killer Priest, maybe a fan of Cannabis, maybe a fan of this artist, and they'll reach out and get all of us on one song because that fulfilled a dream of theirs. Like, I want to have a song with, 2 or 3 or 4 of their favorite rappers on it. So you may see songs circulating with me on with different people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we actually, work together. And that thing I would love to actually, make it official with a lot of these artists that I also respect and got love for too. So yeah, appreciate that question. Shout out to Big Ock, man, the homie Big Ock, man. Every time I see Big Ock come through, man, it's like salute to you, man. That's one of the OGs, straight out the South Bronx. I know Big Ock, he moved. He ain't in the South Bronx no more. But that's one of the OGs of this chat. And it's good to see you, my brother. He said, finally caught alive again. Yeah, man, I know you be busy, man, but like I say, your OG status is in cement. Your OG status on this channel is solidified. You OG. I don't care if I don't see you for a year and a half. Your room, we still got your room. Your room is still like you left it. We ain't touched nothing. Your bed and everything you had on the wall, everything, all your stuff, we ain't touched nothing, bro. You got a room for life, bro. Plain and simple. Is that Josh Hill or Joshi? Is that Joshi or Josh Hill? It says on the open topic, what about hidden talent that waiting in 2026? What do you mean? You say, what about hidden talent that's patiently waiting in 2026? Like, what you mean? Like, what about it? Like, what exactly is the question about the hidden talent? Man, Lester, I did get that message. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me write that down because I'm gonna hit solo this week. So I'm glad you reminded me of that. We got to get solo on the Underground Dialogue. We got to get solo. We got to get Big Swift. We got to get Mike B. I'm talking about all the great H-Town producers. And we trying to get that because we going on. Well, no, I'm not going on hiatus, but we won't be filming probably at all in February. So, we going the show gonna still air. We'll have episodes coming every week. We want to be consistent. We come on every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. you're gonna see the Underground Dialogue podcast, man. So We want to be consistent for y'all. JK said, "I'd love to hear you and Rakim on a track." Yeah, that would be like uh, a scratch off goal. That would be something you scratch off. Like, wow, that's crazy. You know, like I've been able to accomplish a handful of the things that I didn't necessarily see myself accomplishing growing up. I never did a song with KRS-One, but we rocked the mic together on stage, just me and him. So that was like crazy, you know, just freestyling back and forth, you know, that was crazy. But so yeah, to do a song with Rakim, you know, you never know, you never know. Is that Badash Philosophy says your background getting more and more stuff. You're gonna need a bigger room, son. I mean, nah, not really. What's different? Like, what's more? What do you see now? Because I haven't changed nothing really. I haven't changed too much. If you go back a year, if you go back and look at a live stream from a year ago, I would bet that this background don't look much different. I probably have added maybe another um, plaque or something. Now I'm looking at a couple of things I added on the wall, but as far as everything else, I think everything else is pretty much the same. I really want to change this all the way out, but the only thing that's stopping me from doing it is that I can't find what I'm looking for. I can't find what I'm looking for. If I find what I'm looking for, I'm gonna redo this whole background. Yeah. Jay Bell says, "Brother K, it's only 10. It's what? It's only -10 Fahrenheit tonight, and that's not a brag or even reason to post up over here. But I'm just saying, where you at, Jay Bell? -10. Well, you got to be in the Midwest somewhere, man. Where you at? Minnesota. Okay, I see it. Yeah. I knew you was in the Midwest. Yeah. Well, you know, my homie Greek, his son just came from Minnesota. He got 2 children that live in Minnesota. So I get to update on Minnesota weather all the time. But yeah. That's why, you know, we can't really complain about our cold weather down here in Houston when you're talking about 10 below, and it's probably about 40 out here right now. We just don't like the cold, man. But it's going to drop a lot lower in the next couple of days out here too, though. Grady Baby says, shout out to Gangsta Nip for introducing me to Point Blank, Dopey, Klondike Cat, Seagram, and K-Rino. Man, yeah, without a doubt. Gangsta Nip was the world's first introduction to the rest of us. By us being on Gangsta Nip's album, it was our first introduction to the world. So Nip will always be credited for being the one that, hey man, you never heard the voice of me, Point Blank, Dope. You never heard those voices before Gangsta Nip on a worldwide scale. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Matt Greer says, hit the like button, family. Mr. Jack, I see you. This is an open topic, so whatever questions y'all got, it is what it is. Let's get it on, man. Yeah. Johnny Rojas, what's going on? Johnny says, where can I find that SPC versus all y'all t-shirt? I'm gonna holler at PSK 13. I think PSK he was the first one I saw with one of those on. So I'm gonna holler at him. I'll holler at him and see what's the science on those shirts. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Globby Mobby says, also been listening to the song Speak It a lot from the S Project. Man, I appreciate that, man. Speak it. We gotta live that. We gotta live that concept. Speaking things into existence, speaking our blessings into existence. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, man. It's a little unbalanced in here right now. Yeah. We go back up real quick. I'm all over the place. I'm very erratic tonight. Jason Brody says, man, Kingslayer came up on my playlist this morning. Oh man, blessings, man. I would love to get a what you call it? What you call it, y'all? A whole playlist. If somebody would make me a playlist of all of the songs that I featured on with those top different people like that, people stuff that people don't really know about. Not nothing from my albums, of course, but just different features. Send me a playlist, man. Email that playlist to me. Who would be down to bless my game like that, man? Uru, Amy, what's going on? Yeah. SR Division says 1987. Year like the poster behind you is familiar to my life. Yeah, man. I think that everybody that's alive has certain years that are like standout years in their mind and like special years in their mind where you say, man, that was a good year. Let's do that real quick, man. Let's everybody that's in the chat, y'all put up y'all favorite 2 years of your life. Like, it might not have been money wise, it could be whatever reason. I mean, I had a lot of money in this particular year. 2 of my favorite years. I'll participate too. 2 of my favorite years. Let me get back to y'all on a second. I can't think of a second, but 1992, one of my favorite years. Let me see another one. School. High school, I had some good little standout years. Okay, I'll say 1987. Because that's when we started the coalition. That's when a lot of stuff sparked out. That's when I put out my first record. But I got a few other ones too. What's up, Connie? I see you. Connie is in the building. T Craft is in the building. Say OG Ozzy Dingo. I appreciate that love. Appreciate that. Matt Greer, you snowed in? Man. Yeah. Underground Dialogue Podcast, as always. I wish more people was like you, Vince. Callie Monk, I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you so much, Callie. Don't be a stranger. See, some people just a sub and then you don't hear from them. So the numbers look all right. But like I tell you all the time, I got 70,000 these people that. So I'd rather have people who actually engage and participate than people that just don't even, they just sub for whatever reason. Then you don't see them no more. Bubba Seeds is in the building. All right, let me try to catch up. Heroin in Germany, man. That's what's up, man. Static Shocker, what's up, my brother? You still in the ATL? How you feeling, man? Brendan King, what's up? Timbo Slice. A lot of the G's is in the building. SR Division says, ever heard or saw the number 9 poem by Muhammad alongside K-Rino? Yeah, I did see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. He was rapping about how the number 9, any multiple of the number 9 will always resolute back to 9. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Any multiple of 9 will resolute itself back into a 9. So he was rapping about was just the mathematical principle. So if I say 9 times 2, that's 18. But if I add the 1 in the 8 and 18, it comes back to a 9. 9 times 3 is 27. If I add the 2 and the 7 together, it comes back to a 9. And you can do that infinitely. Oh, what's 9 times 4? It's 36. 3 plus 6 resolutes back to a 9. You know, so I saw the brother, he was rapping for KRS-One, and he did a whole rap about that, and it was dope. Yeah, but yeah, the 9 is an amazing number, man. Numbers are beautiful, man. But yeah, 9 times 8 is 72. 7 plus 2, 9. You can't escape that 9, no matter what you multiply it with. And it works no matter how you go, you know. 9 times 20 is 180. 1 plus 8 plus 0 is 9. Did I do a 10? Yeah, 9, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Jay Bell says, so you don't like the cold weather. You don't think exploring it would open your core? No. I'll watch National Geographic and I'll watch somebody else explore. I'm not fooling with no cold weather. And I'm definitely not going to be stranded in some mountain on the side of some mountain freezing to death in the cold weather. Yeah. I'll let other people do all that exploring. Did y'all put y'all years? Hold on. Let me go back to y'all years. What's up, Wrecker? I appreciate the donation, my brother. Number love to my homie Wrecker. Dominique Mitchum, what's going on? L Dogs, I see you. Okay. Okay, let me get y'all years. L Dog said 1881. Where was you at in 1881, man? L Dog said 2026. He already calling it for this year. Yeah. Bubba Seeds calling this year in 1994. Brendan King, 98 and 2010. Josh says 2000. Matt Greer says 07, 2007. JK says 1988, said won MVP. Got married. You say got married in 92? You got married in 1992? You got married young. 94, 95 when the Rockets won back to back. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. You right about that one. That was 2 good years just because of that. I'll say 93. But Dash Philosophy says maybe 1999. 1999 was cool too. Yeah. Yeah. 2011. because even though I had knowledge of self, this is when I really started reading and doing the knowledge. Wow, 2011. Is that Lock and Jive, 2007? 2007 was one of my years too. I ain't gonna lie. I just thought about that. So y'all reminded me. Y'all bringing me. 2007 was really one of my years too. I can really 2 years is hard to pull out. 2007 was really a good year. Yeah, I love 2007. Our ball to die says 2014 to 2019. Uru says 2003 became a father for the first time. Wow. Rashid Devant, 95 and 97. Lester, 2000, 2021. My daughter and granddaughter. Wow. And I would assume most people with children will say the year that their children were born. Yeah. So that's a good one. Hold on, my boy Kevin Robinson is in the building, man. Kevin Robinson, like Vincent and like a few others, man, always watching the Underground Dialogue podcast. He said the Archie Lee interview was dope. Let me apologize to y'all for the audio on the Archie Lee video. We had some technical issues on that interview. It cleaned up as it went along, but there was a few little hiccups early on. So I appreciate y'all for bearing with us through that. But yeah, that was really a good interview with the great Archie Lee, man. We have been trying to get Archie Lee for a long, long time, man. And we finally got him. Brendan King says in 2010, he drove halfway across the country for an 8-day trip. Car broke down. Man, you had a movie. My boy Brendan said he drove across the country for an 8-day trip. Car broke down and had to get a job at a tourist site. 6 weeks later, drove to another part of the country and had two. So you just set up shop. How many people would have been able to do that? Like you just drive across country just to be doing it, and your car break down, and you just say, what am I gonna do? You know what? Forget it. I'll just get a job and live out here for a little while. That's amazing right there, man. Bubba C said I get people to sub to you from all over the world. Hey, I appreciate that. For a lot of different reasons. Hey, whatever the reason, I appreciate that. Hold on. Time out. 20-second timeout on the play. Time out. Presses. Hide the women and children. Man, look, man. We got one of the greatest to ever do it. He's in the building. He's in the building, man. We got an OG salute. Klondike Cat is in the chat right now, man. I want everybody in the building right now, man. I want y'all to put up peace signs, power fist, salute, strong on 100. Everything, man. Hearts, love, show love and respect, man. One of the greatest rappers to ever do it. South Park Coalition's own, the great Klondike Cat is in the chat. So we need to hit it up hard, man. Hit it hard, man. Pay homage to one of the greatest, man. Legendary Klondike Cat, man. Drop them bombs right now, man. You got Cat up in this thing. Cat has made an appearance or two in the chat. So anytime he comes through, it's like it's a rare gem to have Klondike Cat in the building, man. So make sure y'all pump it up, man. Pump it up. OG salute. We're in the middle of OG salute right about now, man. Make sure y'all shout out Cat. Cat, is the album out? Did the new Klondike Cat album drop? I know it's done. I know it's ready. Let us know if it's not out. When does it come out? And how everybody can get it. Y'all got to make sure that y'all get Klondike Cat's new album, man. Let me know if it's out, Cat. Let me come to see. Yeah, y'all go, yeah. Let me shout out Rashid Avant. I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the love, Rashid. Said, peace, bro. Is DBX working on anything, and what's up with One More Lyrics album? I don't know if DBX is working on anything. I'll check with him and ask him. I feel like the last time I talked to him, he said he was, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I'll ask him. No, I'll ask him. And One More Lyrics album, that actually crossed my mind about 2 months ago. So you never know. I might do another one. Grady Baby, I appreciate the love, appreciate the super chat, appreciate the donation, Grady Baby. Said, thanks for the super podcast. Thank you for support, man. Look, man, y'all don't understand. I take this podcast game serious now. So when people give me love on the podcast, it's almost now like when giving me love on the rap side. And I take this serious now, man. We are fully immersed into the podcast game. We got to bring Cat on again to promote the album, to talk about the album. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Let me see. Yeah, man. J. Eric Tendin, I see you. Tendin, I see you. Trees Tony said 07. Yeah. Let me go back up. Man, we got another OG, man. Olandis Peterson is in the building and rocking with me for a long time. Mindset says the Lyrical Lion. Come on, man. LaRon McDowell TV. All right. Dragon Saga in the building. Everybody in the ice storm. Look, people at home tonight, boy. Everybody in the ice storm, in the snow, the cold storm, whatever it is, depending on your region, everybody's getting it. God whooping America all the way up and down through it. It's just a light little slap. Yeah, man. I see Michelle Woods is in the building. Yeah, man. Yeah, Cat, let us know when the album is coming out, the title of it, and all that. Y'all's Poet. Shout out from Kentucky. Yeah, man. Everybody getting it right now. Everybody getting it. And in the Midwest, I know it's like, woo. That Midwest be the truth on just regular winter time. Man. Okay, married in 2017. I thought you said you got married in 1992, JK. I must have read that wrong. I was like, man, you got married in 92. You younger than me. You got married at 19. Yeah. We Free is in the building. Connie says 2018 was her best year. 2018 to now. All good. Yeah, that's an open topic, y'all. Y'all hit the like button if you're just coming in. We'll see if we can get to 100 likes tonight in our small little gated community. Everybody that's in here now. We got a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of new music coming out from members of the South Park Coalition. We still got the South Park Coalition album that's out. The comic book is out. I know I'm gonna do a commercial. The new K-Rino comic book is out right now. It's available right now. Annihilation of the Evil Machine. This is the whole box set. If you ain't got it, you need to get it. You're tripping. You're tripping and you're slipping. You got the comic book, the box, color book, t-shirt, got the whole shebang. For all of y'all who didn't know we even had this out, y'all need to go purchase the comic book. Go show some love, man. Got a coloring book in there. T-shirt, I think it come with a poster. Everything is everything, man. So if you don't have this, you smoking all the crack. You done smoked up all the crack. Make sure y'all get the whole box, man. This thing got some weight to it. Like I told y'all, y'all playing. You know, I gotta always put the link on there. No, that's not. That's the website. All right. Let's get it on, man. Open topic. But Dad says most of the time I sub who I want to watch, but sometimes someone channel topic holds so much promise. I sub, like, and comment just to help, knowing I'll never go back. Yeah, I do that sometimes. People don't know that. You know, I'm a fan of the little man and woman. You know, I don't feel like the big people, they don't need me. my little click and like is no, it's not gonna affect the big people. But when I see people with smaller channels or whatever, you know, I go in, I give them a view, give them a click, give them a like. You know, we got to do that, man. We got to build up the so-called little man. We always gravitating towards who's already popping, and that's cool. Anybody that's already popping, we wish them the best. We wish them continued success. But let's make somebody else be popping. Why can't we make somebody who's on the climb? Why can't we bring them up to be up there? Why can't we make them rich? Why can't we put them on a high plane instead of always looking at, oh, well, he ain't got but 100 subscribers. I ain't finna. Well, you need to do your part and become 101. That's how you do that. Yeah. Drug Money USA says, in your book where you explain lifting the veil, you discuss the false narratives around UFOs, how they are tied into scripture. I'm curious who you think is on the crafts and why they are here. Man, that's a really, really good question. For me, it's not a matter of who I think is on the crafts. For me, it's a matter of who I know is on the crafts. The whole UFO phenomenon has been falsely narrated to us from day one through the government putting out false information to steer the people in the wrong direction because the government knows what we know, but also through movies and science fiction novels and people who have capitalized on the whole concept of aliens from outer space, gray-faced aliens, green-faced aliens, and all in between. When in reality, like you said, those crafts, what we call the wheels that Ezekiel saw in scripture. He saw a craft. The prophet Ezekiel saw a craft. He described it as a wheel inside of a wheel. That was his best way to describe it at that time. But those crafts are godly crafts. That's the mother plane that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches about. That's the mother craft that is created in part for the destruction of this world, for the destruction of America. That craft, according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, contains baby planes, smaller crafts that are housed in that plane that they go out to. And this is what people see. This is what people see when they're out and about and say, I saw a UFO. They're seeing baby planes. Some people see the mother plane. So those planes and those crafts have a purpose. The technology on those crafts are far beyond anything that you can conceive, that we can conceive in this world. And it's top secret. It's above top secret information within government because they have all the information. They know there's footage. There's documentation of them explaining some of the military personnel, aircraft pilots that have described what they've seen. And if you really go watch some of Dr. Wesley's more recent video, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, he has a YouTube channel, a dope YouTube channel called the Black God Protocol. Black God Protocol. Hold on, I'm gonna type it in so y'all know. And he gave a detailed description in an interview he did about a week ago, where he was talking about a lot of the misconceptions, how they've lied and talked about what's really on these crafts. And he's just breaking down incidents. He spoke about an incident that happened some years back, like in the 90s, where there were some school children at a school, and some of the smaller crafts landed, and the children described the men who were on the crafts, and they were not described as gray-faced or green-faced aliens. They were described as black men by these children. And the adults got a hold of it, and they started trying to cover it up because they didn't want the truth to be the narrative. So they changed it up. They even got some of the well, I know particularly one of the women who was a child at the time. She's changed her story over the years. But an interesting book for y'all to get is by my brother Ilya Rashad Muhammad, who we interviewed on the Underground Dialogue podcast. Y'all check that episode out. You see this title? It says UFOs in the Nation of Islam, the source, proof, and reality of the wheels. And this book is thorough, and it breaks down a lot. It talks about Roswell, See, a lot of conversation is going on about Roswell over the years. A lot of misinformation about the Roswell so-called crash of a UFO in Roswell back in the day. He breaks down a lot of this, but Dr. Wesley has information on this. There's so much information about this UFO phenomenon, or what they like to refer to it now, as UAP. UAP is different from UFO. It's not an unidentified flying object, but a unidentified aerial phenomenon. So, yeah, man, it's a good question. Go and check it all out, and see how it relates. See how it relates. So it's not about who I think is on the craft. It's about who I know. But I appreciate that question, Drug Money. L Dog says, "Will the Secretary Jean return to bring a nectarine?" If you know, you know. So you got to know. Is that Zenho Mind? Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Said 9 square magic. It's tic-tac-toe. We was talking about the 9 earlier when the brother asked me about the Muslim brother who did the rap for KRS-One. We was breaking down the number 9 and how all multiples of 9 resolute back to the number 9. Yeah. I need a break from the mainstream. That's a dope name. So when am I dropping a new album? The new album will be out late February, man. The new album will be out late February. And we dropping them all year. I gave y'all a 1-year hiatus. We're going to be on their head like hair follicles this year. We dropping a lot of music this year, man. So get ready. Get ready, because here I come. Yep, it's called The Industry. It'll be dropping in late February. So this is what you do. I need a break. Like I say every time I come on here, y'all, that's my email address. Email me now, and I'm going to add you to the contact list, because when it comes out, we want y'all to purchase physical copies. Go stream it, get it on Spotify, get it on however you get it, iTunes, whatever. But we want you to purchase a physical CD when it comes out. Be sure to get a physical CD. Cat, you doing CDs? Klondike Cat album drops. Purchase a physical copy. I don't feel like going into the whole streaming conversation tonight, but y'all know what it is at this point. Yeah. All right, let me catch up a little bit. I jumped back. I went backwards to come forward because I don't like to miss y'all, man. The gospel, what's going on? All right. Just got through watching the Temptation miniseries from back in the day. Y'all click the like button, man. Let's go. Let's go with these likes. If y'all just coming in, everybody at home tonight. Yeah. March. Cat's album is dropping in March, y'all. Dropping in March. So yeah, we'll be done brought him back on the show to make sure that y'all are on tune and you know our audience knows when Cat's album is dropping, so y'all can make sure y'all go get it. Make sure y'all go support it, man. We appreciate all y'all for listening to the music. We appreciate y'all for jamming it on YouTube. We appreciate y'all for sharing it or getting it shared to y'all. But buy your own copy of it, man. Be sure that you support with a purchase. See? We independent artists. We's free, boss. We free. We not under the dictatorship of a so-called major label. We're not under the umbrella of a commercialized entity that other than the streaming services that seeks to rob us. We do everything ourselves. We are our own bosses. We are our own employers. So we stand on the shoulders of the people. You know, so y'all make sure that if it's something that we like, if we deliver, now we don't deliver, then okay, then y'all have the right to say, man, I ain't buying that. But if we deliver good product, it's just like food, it's just like some furniture, it's just like a car. If the product is good, then it should be worthy of y'all's purchase. Yeah. Okay, let me know, Kat, whenever you're ready. We're gonna make that happen. Drug Money USA. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Appreciate the love. Says thank you for the illuminating response. I'd love to interview you someday. Any plans to reprint the first issue of your comic? I also wish the new SPC and new Cat will come out on vinyl. Yeah, man, and that's part of the process as well to deliver product in multiple forms, like you say, vinyl, the comic book. We diversifying our products, you know, can't just be music in 2026. So that's a great point. Yeah, we'll have vinyl, we'll have all kinds of, you know, everything we do, books. Now to answer your question about the first comic book, I'm not sure. We do it both of these comic books are limited edition releases. We never set them up to just be in perpetuity. So yeah, who knows? We may at some point do a re-release of the first one, but right now I don't think that's in the works. But in the meantime, go get the new one. Appreciate that. Ethan, what's going on? I see. I appreciate that, Ethan. Rui says, I'm just gonna say 19. I'm just gonna call you 19 because I know I'm mispronouncing your name. Say, K-Rino, my brother, how long Three Gods take you to write? Um, it didn't take that long to write that song because once I had the concept of what the Three Gods was, I might have wrote that song just in one sitting and overnight. You know, some songs you write a little bit, come back to it, write a little bit, might work on it for a week, might work on it for 2 weeks, you know, certain songs. But other ones, even some of the more complex songs, sometimes when you in that zone, it just all comes out. And it don't take as long as people might have thought. But that particular song, it wasn't a complex song as far as just, it was kind of just straightforward. And if I remember correctly, I probably wrote that the same night. Yeah. Grady Baby says streaming robs the artist. Absolutely, man. And that's just like they set it up. They set it up just that way. Yeah. Euplocephalus. What's going on? Skill issues. Skill Issues TV says, you're hearing the truth when it's not coming from mainstream people. That's a good sign. That's a good sign because a lot of these entities that are in power, that control how information is distributed, they have the ability and they utilize the ability on a regular basis to suppress truth. Don't let people make you think that's a myth that happens. A lot of people, a lot of artists, a lot of commentators, a lot of people who just do content, a lot of their channels, a lot of their stuff doesn't explode out because it's been an intentional effort to suppress it. you know and you see a lot of the shock value stuff, you see a lot of the lies. That stuff gets a bigger look, it seems to explode more because that's what's contributed to the downfall of the mentality of the people. But somebody come out speaking some real truth that most people have never heard. This thing is a monitoring system. We're speaking on a monitoring system right now. YouTube is monitoring. They're making sure if I say one thing out of pocket, this video will not be up in by tomorrow. See? Man, how you know? How you know? How you know? Yeah, because it's happened. See? When you start busting down truth, and if you speak, now you can speak truth, because we speak a lot of truth that gets through, but there are certain hot button issues that they don't allow you to tackle. You know, they don't allow you to touch certain things. They allow you to say certain things, and when you say certain things, and a lot of us know what those certain things are. When you say them, they are triggers. They are trigger words that are already in the social media atmosphere that raise the red flag and get you snatched off. So, but the question is why? Why? Because if I'm talking about something that could potentially, as small as I am, but if I'm talking about something that could potentially turn the minds of a few people around and affect the bottom line, which is the dollar, their money, or the agenda, they're gonna shut that down. They're gonna shut that down. Make no mistake about it. The most censored DJ. What's up, Alyssa? Where you been? Yep, yep. Man, who is on here talking about go Patriots, man? I didn't want to be reminded about that game last week, man. But I gotta eat it. I gotta take it. All right, DJ. I gotta take it. I gotta take it. It hurt. It hurt. Man. Alyssa says I wanted to make a music video using the artwork from the first comic book, but I can't get anybody to scan the book and put the images in a file. I don't have the book. Oh, the first book. Oh yeah, that ain't my area. That ain't my skill set right there. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. The gospel says I've been loving these interviews from the local artists. Yeah, man, that's what we got to do. And more artists that y'all don't necessarily know. That's why I got love for my homie Kevin Robinson, Vincent, and different people who watch every episode. Homie JD, people who watch every episode, even if they don't know Connie, even if they don't know the people on the show, they get to know them. They learn their history because a lot of these people are tied in to the history of this city, you know. But also when we have activists. We have people that do a lot of social commentary. A lot of people that are involved heavily in the community. Got to watch that too, man, because you're gonna get ready to see more of that on the show. Yeah. Eyeball of Die says if you get to a certain level, they have someone speak to you in person, not even close to kidding. I can believe that. Yeah. Rob G. Rob G said, "What up, bro? Have you had RZA Islam on the podcast?" Man, it's funny. I was thinking about RZA earlier today. Um, when RZA was in the city one time, this is in the early stages of the podcast. He was in the city, and but I was out of town, so we was trying to line it up, but I was out of town. So yeah, I plan on reaching out to him to see if we can get him on the next time that he comes to the city. But it's funny you said it because I was just thinking about him earlier today. Connie said I was sleeping this week. I'll be back. Promise. Been sleeping on a lot of things. No, it's all good. But see, the beauty of this, the flip side, you ain't gotta just catch it live. I mean, right when we air it, it's still up. You can watch it tonight. See, you can always catch it tonight. Yeah, yeah. Man, EDJ, y'all got a second string quarterback, man. That's why I'm mad that we lost. I feel like if we could have got past New England, we had a clear path to the bowl. But Denver got a strong defense too, so you never know they're gonna be at home. But Stidham, better get him. Jared Stidham, you better hope you get him. Yeah, I'm just saying. Grady Baby says, in my opinion, Texas has the best rappers over New York and Cali. 60s Baby here. Reno Face, Bill, Winnie D, Zero, Big Mike, 32 Blank, AC Chill, DBX, Cat, Dopey, Bun B, Pimp C, Seagram, Big Pokey, DOC. I mean, well, it's all relative to where you at. Rakim said it ain't where you from, it's where you at. I don't relegate it to region, me personally. I just relegate it to skill. It's about skills. You could be from Booty Head, China. If you can spit, you can spit. You know, rap skills are not just restricted to one area, but everybody got their preference at the same time. So yeah, it's all love. Oh, this Tech, you still a Patriots fan? I give you credit that you're a Patriots fan long after Tom Brady, because you've been rocking with the Patriots for a long time. I will say that. But man, come on home, man. Man. That would hurt, man. I've been arguing with Greek about CJ Stroud for 2 years, and he come out there and do me like that and lay an egg like that. Thanks, CJ. Wow. That Slick says the coldest in the H got to drop that Mr. Freeze tape. It's Mr. Freeze outside right about now. Baladar says the powers that be know that silencing their critics is the best way to amplify their voices. Well, they don't seem to know that when they try to silence the truth tellers that speak out against them, it does amplify the voices of the truth tellers if those truth tellers have a big enough following. Like I can use the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan as an example. When they banned Minister Farrakhan off of Facebook, they banned him on Twitter, they banned him on Instagram, they banned him on all the social media platforms. But what happened was after they banned him, all of his followers just started flooding the internet with videos and clips of Minister Farrakhan. So now you're getting more Farrakhan now than you did when he had accounts on the social media platform. So it backfired against them, you know, and it's just like when the Million Man March in 1995, when the minister did the Million Man March, uh, every media outlet, I'm talking about, this is not in the social media era, this is 1995. So you're talking about CNN, Fox, you're talking about all these national radio stations, you're talking about all these different reporters and these different people that were trying to come out and slander and talk negatively about the Million Man March, how it was going to be unsuccessful and all that. So what that did, the more they slandered it, the more attention and interest it brought to the people. Like, man, I want to see what's up with this. So it worked in reverse. See? So it reminds me of the scripture when it talks about how there will be a flood and the people, it didn't say the people, it said the earth will swallow the flood. Well, the flood represents propaganda going out against the man of God, and the earth swallowing the flood represents the people. The people would take that junk in and like, psh, we eating that. And the man of God was still exalted, you know. So no matter what they try to do to stop truth, it's gonna still come out in some form. It's gonna come out through the people. That's why you can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea. You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea. And if he's instilled that idea in his people, then that idea is gonna live. And not only is it gonna live, it's gonna manifest itself through the people. Now you ain't gotta worry about that with Mr. Farrakhan because they're not gonna kill Farrakhan. They can't kill him. They can't kill him unless God allow it. But they're not gonna be able. They'll come get him, but they're not gonna be able to kill him. It's gonna work against them when they try to do that. Y'all own it tonight, man. Y'all own it. Azazel, 39 degrees in Texas is cold. Yeah, man, that's we panic. If it hit 35, 30 degrees, we want it shut the whole city down where we at. And it's supposed to touch the 20s the next day or so. So we'll see. God bless y'all. Say prayers for the homeless, man. Say prayers for the homeless. Say prayers for the people who might not be homeless, but they may live in homes and in places where they don't have the things they need to stay warm. They don't have the food that they need, the resources that they need. So it ain't always about being homeless to be affected by this kind of weather, where it be extreme cold, extreme heat. Grandmaster Rodimus, I see you, man. Is that Seafood Dean Cutters? I don't know. I know I chopped your name up. Walaikum salam from Australia. There we go. That's right. Yeah, Bubba Seeds. What's the weather? What's the temperature in New York right now? V Morales says HEB was sold out of everything, even alcohol, where the stores near me. Yeah, and I want to say this too. I've said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. I saw a couple of clips where the stores, well, I seen some store shelves that were just, all the store shelves was just empty, just gutted out, right? This is what we got to understand. When you see that, if it's a hurricane coming, if it's some kind of storm coming, And then the days leading up to that particular storm, and you look up and the store shelves are just empty. Does anybody know what that means? I'm gonna see if y'all know before I say it. When a storm is coming, and right days leading up to the storm, all of the store shelves are empty. What does that mean? You say 14 degrees? Whew. That's cold, man. That's cold. Is that Z34Mo, Western New York? They had 5 degrees with the wind. We had a solid -6. Zazel says 14 degrees. Wow. See, I'll be, man. Okay, let me see. Matt Greer got it right on the first answer. Matt says it means that we were not prepared to begin with, waited too long to get ready. So if something's happening and we got to try to hurry up and get to the store, I don't know why I'm blurry, man, but y'all bear with me. If something's happening and we have to try to hurry up and get to the store and insert ourselves into this mass rat race of 1 billion people at every grocery store trying to hurry up and get some food and some supplies for something that typically is going to last 2-3 days, right? It tells you that the majority of the people are not prepared if there's ever a time where something hits that's going to extend past a 2 or 3 day period. So when famine hits America, and it's coming, when it gets to a point where there's ain't no grocery store to go to, nothing in the grocery store, it's going to be hell out here. Because we get a sign every year that shows us that nobody's ready. Nobody has stuff in their house. Nobody. Nobody's prepared. You ain't got 2 cases of water in your house. You ain't got a week's worth of food in your house. Nobody's ready. You trying to hurry up and get to the store. Ain't no bread. You're on the phone. Ain't no bread. Ain't no water. All the water. If you go to the store on a regular normal day, you see cases and you see pallets of water, different brands of water. Moments like this, all the water is gone. Because people ain't got none in their house. You don't store stuff in your house. Nothing in there. It's a dangerous game to play. But I bet you got all your weeds you want to smoke up in there. You got all your drugs. You got all of your other crap that you do. Or you can look around your house and you can see a bunch of expensive crap that you can't eat when it's time to need something to eat. Yeah, man, I paid $3,000 for that coffee table right there, man. Yeah, it's yeah, this side table, it's all marble right here, man. I paid $1,500 for this look. You can't eat it. So our priorities are so jacked up because we just coasting along. But when that rat race get real and you go into this, it ain't nothing at that store. And the crisis don't last for 3 days, it lasts for 3 months. You're going to live in a world that you never thought could exist in the United States of America, where people are dying of starvation. We got to wake up. We got to sober up. Tech said, and most of that stuff will wind up going bad or spoiled because the power is out. Yeah, and if the power is out due to a weather crisis, we have to have alternate ways of either have alternate ways of preserving your food, or you have to stock up on what's known as non-perishables, stuff that's not going to go bad. You got to have that, because you might have to be in survival eat mode. Might can't make a steak. Might have to rig something else up. Okay? We can't say we don't have the money. We don't have the money. Food is high. Yeah, food is high, but all the other crap is high too. That shirt you paid $200 for, that's high too. And tennis shoes you paid $250 for, those was high too. Not gonna be able to eat that. You can try. People always thought that the doomsday preppers was crazy. People that got basements full of supplies, y'all were laughing at them. They gonna be laughing. Start stacking up, start storing food in your homes, man. We're getting to that time. Yeah. Yeah, man. Because we don't know when it's gonna hit. But we know we close. Zazel says, K, people are just not thinking. They buying eggs, milk, bread, comfort food. It's not like they buying non-perishable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, see, and you can get away with that now because, like I said, this storm passes in 3 or 4 days, wherever, even where the worst of it is. Okay, that's typical. That's stuff we've seen before. But, you know, I'm speaking of a time where there's nothing coming in, where the trucks ain't delivering food to the store. Then what? It's one thing for the people to be coming to the store, buying it up real quick. Oh, we get to the store, ain't nothing now. It's a whole nother ball game when there's nothing at the store to begin with, because nothing's coming in. There's no produce truck bringing the apples and oranges in, the vegetables in. Ain't nobody bringing in the little Debbie snack cakes. They're not there. That's what I'm talking about. So the survivor will be the person who learn how to grow their own food, even indoors, to know how to grow food indoors. The survivor will be the person who stored food in their home. Non-perishable, person who knows how to can. The same people we used to laugh at when you see them on TV, Ethiopians and stuff. We used to laugh at when we were little. People don't think that can happen because it's big bad America. Big bad America. Hey, if y'all just coming in, y'all click that like button, man. We're gonna try to get to 100 likes tonight. If you're just coming in, click the thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Look at Vincent rubbing it in, talking about 71 degrees in Hawaii. All right, Vincent, I see you. It's not funny, man. Zmo says 85% done in 72 hours. No doubt. No doubt. Even on a regular, just a regular moment in time, no storms and nothing. The average household, you might have a week's worth of food in your house. The average household. Most families going to go to the grocery store every week, once a week, once every 2 weeks, maybe. I don't know. 2 weeks is stretching it out. About once a week. How often do all of y'all go to the grocery store? Lando, I see you. Mike Nice says panic. How often do y'all go to the grocery store? The real explicit. I see you. The real explicit says, yo, uncle making a storytelling album that will be a deluxe edition with some skits to break of the acts of the story. How many tracks would you want from that if you were a random listener? A storytelling album. If you put together a bunch of dope stories, if you can get you 12 to 14 on there, go for it. If you don't feel like all of them are going to be super strong, which I'm not saying you wouldn't, but just make it be an EP. I almost did a whole storytelling album one time. No, I thought about doing it. I ain't gonna say I almost did it. I ain't gonna tell that lie. But I thought about, I'm gonna do a whole album with a number of stories on it. But I was like, yeah, well, I got to make sure that they all are up to the standard. Big Ox says, I heard Twinkies last for decades. I'm buying a crate of them. Hey, look, and we be joking, and some of that stuff, man. See, when you get into survival mode, you literally have to have stuff that is sustainable, that will last. Twinkies might not be the best thing for you nutrition wise, but if you got 5,000 Twinkies somehow, somebody donated 5,000 Twinkies to you, and they just sitting up and they don't go bad, you'll be eating Twinkies every day for 2 months. In survival mode. Spiky, what's going on? Spiky says, on the same note, practicing fasting just in case things go bad so you have experience. Stay cool, calm, and collected. And that's always a beautiful point, because when we condition our body through fasting to go long periods of time without eating, that could sustain you too. Because you may be in a situation where it may not be a meal to eat every day. But if you can go 2 days, 3 days without a meal and you cool, I came across one. That might hold you another 2 or 3 days. So you condition your body through fasting to be able to go long periods of time without food. Brenda says we're living this artificial existence. Yeah, go listen to that song. Trying to tell you. 5 degrees in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, man, we need 15 more likes. Can we get them? Can we get them? Azazel said, better get some McDonald's fries. They last forever. The McDonald's fries, boy, never go bad, boy. The gospel say Twinkies made out of plastic. They're like Cheetos or something. We need 13 more likes, man. We're on a countdown to get to that 100, y'all. Yeah. Michelle said she just did an 11-day water fast and could have gone days. That's a strong 20 days or 11 days will hold you. 5 days. If you can go 5 days, that'll hold you. You got a shot. But even if you personally are able to fast and go a long period of time, that's not going to necessarily account for your family. See? So everybody got to kind of be on a string, and you still got to have things stored up, because grandma might not be able to go 3 days without eating. The children are not going to be able to go, 3 days without. So it's like, it's going to be more than just about us. Yeah. Matt Greer say, get the likes up. We need 12 more likes to get to 100, y'all. Text says, survival should not be thought as any food, period. No perishable foods that can help you survive should be the first thought. People spend carelessly for the now rather than cautiously for the long haul. No doubt about it. And survival got to be based around more than just food. You better have a first aid kit. I was just watching Dr. Abdul Halim today. He said you better have a bicycle, because what he was saying. See, there's going to be a time where they shut down everything. They're going to cut off the gas. They're going to cut off the electricity. I ain't talking about no storm. I'm talking about these clowns that run the country. They're going to shut everything down. What do you think a gas pump runs off of? A gas pump is run by electricity. So if you don't have a way to put gas in your car and you got to get up out of there, you're going to need a bicycle. See? You got to have something that you can carry on you that got all of your important papers in it. You got to, this is serious stuff, y'all. This is serious stuff, man. Terrence Miller says, can't we always eat fish in the ocean in case of emergency? That's why I don't see people in Africa starve when they have oceans too. Well, that's like people who will say, oh man, I'll be out in the woods. I know how to hunt. I know how to catch coons and rabbits. And maybe you do, and maybe that can help you. But maybe you're not able to get to that area. And that's what I'm saying. So if you can't drive your car because you can't put no gas in it, then what do? You got a whole family of people. What do? So you got to have, it's like a quarterback. A quarterback comes out of the huddle and they call one play. They got a play that they just call, but you got to have an audible. You got to be able to change the play if you see something. No, this play ain't gonna work. You got to be able to change the play. You got to be able to audible up out of that. Let's put it on y'all mind, man. It was taught to me. I gotta tell it to y'all. The gospel says when the grocery store closes for 1 month, they're going to implement that chip, and most are going to take it. Yeah, a lot of people will take it when they start starving. Yeah, like, man, okay, go ahead and put it in me. Here's my arm. Here's my neck. Hard to be vigilant when you're starving to death. Hard to be resilient when your 6-pack is laying on your spinal cord. And skill issue says you're also gonna have to make sure you won't get robbed for some food too. Yeah, because what if you prepared but your neighbor ain't? See? What if you prepared? You got everything, your family, y'all set, but your neighbor ain't. Go watch. Hold on. Let me make sure I say this right. I want to make sure. I want y'all to go watch this. Because this gives you a glimpse into what I'm talking about. Y'all know I'm a big Twilight Zone fan. Go watch an episode of the Twilight Zone called The Shelter. Go watch that episode. And it will give you a vision, a glimpse of what can potentially happen in a crisis like that when one family is prepared, but their neighbors are not. So when you get a minute, go find that episode of the Twilight Zone. With all these streaming services, you should be able to just pull that up. Might be on YouTube, I don't know. Hey man, we need 9 more likes, man. 9 more thumbs up to get us to that 100. Yeah. Yeah, what if it's cold and you got a generator? Gospel say the robbers can hear those generators out loud. Not even the robbers, just people like, you see, when the hurricane hit, and we speaking down here in our region, we get hurricanes. Of course, you get hurricanes all up and down the south, all up the East Coast. But when the power's down for a week, 4 days, 5 days, some cases a week, 2 weeks, a lot of times we've had situations where we just thug it out. Yeah, well, the power been out for 8 days. We still in here sweating and thugging it out. But what if it's out for a month and it's the winter time? Yeah, like gospel says, and them people got a generator next door. They've been warm. They've been eating. Got to consider all that. I know what y'all thinking though. You better not come around here. I got my pistol. Can't kill them all. Man, we need 8 more likes, man. If y'all haven't hit the thumbs up, do that for your brother. No. Internet Archive. Yeah, go watch that episode called The Shelter. Go watch it. It's real deep. Grandmaster said, "You not thugging out no Michigan -10." Exactly. That's what I mean. When it get cold, for real cold, for a long period of time, ooh, I'm glad I don't live up there. Yeah, man. We need 4 more likes, man. 4 more likes. Zazel says this is the thing. In times like that, people got to band together, but a lot of people won't. They'll be all out for themselves. Yep. Chaos. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Yeah. Two more likes. Can we do it? Two more likes. This is open topic on a 35-degree night in Houston, Texas. We done dropped down to 35 now, y'all. That's pretty low for us. Other parts of the country, 5 is low for us. It's colder than a, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that one. Yeah, so in the upcoming months, y'all will start to see, inshallah, most of our work being reflective of the time, a lot of projects dropping to kind of put us in the mindset of what's going on in the world, using that blessing that God gave us to best we can with it, to warn people and help people out. Seth Way says, straight mindset, K. Iran ain't mucking around. Yeah. There are a lot of nations that are serious about their I guess their sovereignty and keeping things the way that they do them, and not wanting America and others to get to intervene in their affairs. So, yep. Don't be scared, V. See, don't be scared. Just get prepared. See, fear only comes when the hour hits and you ain't ready. If you ready, then you good. So don't be scared. I can understand, but just do the things that are necessary to put you and your family in the best get through. Don't ignore what's being said. You're still sitting on them 2 more likes. If there's anybody in the room that haven't clicked the thumbs up, y'all go ahead and do it. Whoever's the 100 like will get a prize. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Yeah. Skill Issue says, pretty sad how most things in movies end up true after 20 years or so. Yeah, that's because they're intentionally placed in the movie. And there's some teaching on that I've heard, but I'm not versed enough in it to go deep into it. But it's not an accident that what you see in the movies are hints of what's to come in real life. Shout out to whoever just dropped that 100 like. Yeah. Yeah, as they say, this storm is waving the whole nation pretty much. I saw the little map. Everybody. Man. soldier of Yahweh says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God." No doubt about it. No doubt about it. God got me. And yeah, and we when we say that and we believe that, but one thing we gotta understand too is God helps those who help themselves. Always remember that. We don't believe in a mystery God. So part of how God got us is by revealing the information about what we need to do to protect ourselves. So yeah, we can what we gotta what we like to say, we walk by faith, not by sight. All that's good. We can quote all that. But every time you come with that, I'm gonna come with, like I say, God helps those who help themselves. Well, we walk by faith, not by sight. Yeah, well, faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. So we can talk faith, we can talk all that, but you still got to get out and actually do. Yeah. Jason says, I have survival skills, extensive bush food knowledge, and I know I wouldn't survive too long. I know it. Well, it's good to have that. Colder than a homeless Eskimo. Yeah, man. Perez, what's going on? Said the gods are back and the elite running the globe cannot hide from them in the underground bunkers. Wow. Endgame 2030. Man, you got the year and everything, huh? 2026 new Rocky Balboa movie with Mike Tyson. Nah, they ain't playing with no machine, brother. That's God controlling his forces of nature. Yeah. See, I don't believe in, you say DARPA is creating this winter weather. No, I don't believe in that. I believe God is bringing his weather down. It's winter time. So for as long as there's been a planet, we've got winter weather in winter time. Sometimes it's more extreme, but we just living in a time where God is starting to increase um, his weather hand. He's starting to put more of a squeeze on his weather hand, more of a stronger grip. I don't give the government and all these other entities that kind of credit. They don't have that kind of power. They don't have that kind of knowledge and wisdom. You know, they can do little stuff. I said that last night. There's little things that they can do, but they don't have the power to control weather like the creator of nature is able to do and what he said he would do. Yeah. All right, man. Y'all drop y'all location. Let me shout y'all out. I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. I ain't gonna hold y'all all night. Drop y'all location. Let me shout y'all out. The homie is Azel is in New York City. And yeah, Graham, I'm not saying HARP don't exist. I'm not saying it don't exist. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times we give those entities too much credit. Every time something big happens weather-wise, we take it straight to HARP. Oh, that's HARP. Oh, that's the government. Man, y'all got that much faith? in the government's ability to bring that much powerful weather down? Mm-mm. They don't have that kind of knowledge. They got a little bitty stuff they can do. They ain't on that level. But yeah, you're right. HARP does exist. The most sensitive DJ, Denver Harbor, H-Town. Soldier of Yahweh, Long Beach, California. My brother, Texas Tech in Richmond, Texas. Connie in San Diego. Big Ox, South Bronx, now in North Carolina. Teflon, baby, Mobile, Alabama. Deprogram. Really real. Really real. How you feel? Eastern Washington State. Brendan King. Oh, I'm familiar with HARP. I'm familiar. I want you to check out God. I done checked out HARP. Vincent Muller is in Hawaii, where it's 71 degrees. V is in South Texas. Aikido Gamer is in H-Town. Grandmaster Rodimus is in Ypsilanti, Michigan, just west of Detroit. Skill Issues, Canada. Hamilton, Ontario. Man, what's the weather like up there? I was in Canada. Whew. I got caught up in Canada. It was 21 below. That's cold as I've ever been in my life. Matt Greers in Stephenville, Texas. Much love, Perez. Peace to you, my brother. Inshallah. Cameron, is that West Texas? 19 degrees. That's cold. Man. Lion of Judah says, I like to rely on the verse Matthew 6:26 when he talks about the bird does not reap, sow, and aren't thee more valuable than they? Jimmy Robinson is in Anniston, Alabama. Edie J is in Montebello, Denver, Colorado. What is that? Australia, my homie Euro. Say help the chickens take over the planet. Brendan King is in Melbourne, Australia. Cecil Brown, what's going down? Nacogdoches, my boy out there, niggity knack. Massini Choice, what's up, brother? You here? You ain't got to miss being in the chat. You in the chat. Terrence Miller's in Grapevine, Texas. Yeah, I got your list. John Nicka, 313. That's Detroit, y'all. Anderson is in Tallulah, Louisiana, 29 degrees. Yeah, I should have told y'all, name your city, shout out your city, and what's the temperature. 29 degrees. Wow. Cecil Brown and Knack. Skill Issues, right, 11, minus 11, with 30 centimeters of snow coming our way today. It's 22 degrees. Wow. Minus 57. Boy, I go crazy. I would go crazy. Josh is in the 601. That is Mississippi. Yeah, appreciate the love, soldier. Industry drops in late February. I don't have an exact date, but it will be out late February. 64 degrees in San Diego. So y'all in Cali, y'all kind of out the way. Woo. 64. Sounds nice. 18 degrees in Durham, North Carolina. What's up, Ernest? Matt, 13 degrees. Feels like -1. Keep searching, Badash Philosophy. Keep searching. You'll find it. Called the shelter. 19 degrees in Cheney, Washington. Okay. Jimmy, 43 degrees in Alabama? That ain't bad. Unless y'all got more coming. Yeah, -57. That's insane. Jason is in Hackham, West Adelaide, Australia. Man. Mobile, Alabama right now? That ain't bad. That's what's up. Soldier says he's nervous about the San Andreas fault. Yeah, because the reality is that America got another big earthquake coming. America got another big earthquake coming. Or more. Yeah. Text says, how can anyone live in -57? Man, let me tell you. It's parts of the world they got people out there, they live in very cold areas, man. I saw this video, it was about the coldest place on earth. And it got cold like that. And they was going to work and functioning, doing what they had to do. But I'm sure they have their systems set up to where it's made to work in those conditions, like their heating systems, their cars, everything is made for those conditions, how they heat their homes, all that. But go on YouTube and look up the coldest place on earth. I forgot where it was, but it's got to make that adjustment. Michelle says lost concrete cracking from quake. Wow. Dylan Johnson, what's going on? Dylan, take that H out my name, Dylan. Take that H out my name, Dylan. There you go, Dylan. That's how you spell my name right there, my brother. Appreciate you coming through, Dylan. Don't be a stranger. Yes, places around the world that look, places in Canada. I was in Toronto, which is like right, really based on the border of the U.S. almost. But you go further up into Canada, higher up, it gets cold, from what I'm told. I wouldn't dare. Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate it, man. Ain't nothing but love. Dylan said, I was trying to get your opinion on muscle in boxing. What you mean muscle in boxing? My opinion. What about it? What's your question? I'll wait till you ask me. What are you asking me about muscles in boxing? Yeah. I'll give you a minute. Ernest said the South Pole is snow desert with less rainfall than the desert. Do you think it's a good combination? I'm no expert on this, but I feel like it has to be a balance, you know. I'm no expert, don't get me wrong. I know that if I had to choose between, somebody say, man, would you rather be muscular or would you rather have Would you rather develop pure boxing skill? I'm gonna take the pure boxing skill over just being some muscular guy, because having muscles don't mean you can fight, you know. But in this day and age, a lot of boxers, they do lift weights. They put on muscle mass. They train with weights. They punch with weights, you know, curl weights. They punch to get their speed up. So you can develop muscles, because when you see a lot of the great fighters through history, you know, they were muscular guys. Muhammad Ali in his prime form, muscular. George Foreman, Mike Tyson, you know, these guys had muscular builds. Some might have been natural. In this day and age, some may be because of weight training. You know, you look at a guy like Anthony Joshua. Um, wouldn't surprise me at all if he looks like he lift weights. You know, but that's why I say I just feel like you would have to have a balance. You know, because as a boxer, you want to have speed. You don't want your arms to be. You can't throw a jab. But that's just my take, man. You may have to go reach out to somebody um, that's more knowledgeable on that. Hakeem Olajuwon, speed and skill versus Shaq, pure power in their prime. Come on, man. You know I'm dream all day long. It ain't nobody I'm ever picking over Dream. I about know the whole history of the NBA. So they tell me right now you can start over knowing everything you know right now. You can start over and draft a player. I'm not drafting Michael Jordan. I'm not drafting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not drafting whoever you can name. I'm drafting Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon was, is, and always gonna be my favorite player. I'm taking Dream all over again. Yeah. Ren says it's 45 in Birmingham, rain and gunpowder. Man. Blessings, y'all. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.